Hello, everybody, and welcome to my next vlog. So, this vlog, as I told you last time, is about anime series with 14 episodes or less. This is going to be my background when I don't have a specific thing I am talking about, so I'm talking about a bunch of different series today. And we're not really going to focus on one too long. So, our first one we're going to talk about, coming in at 12 episodes, is Erased. Erased is a mystery anime, kind of like a murder mystery style that's been a little more dramatized. That has to do with a man who's living with his mother. His name is Satoru Fujinuma. I always got to write these names down. And he's a young manga artist who's struggling a little bit, kind of trying to support him and his mom. And after a little bit, you realize that he actually has a special power. He has the power to jump back into his life some amount of time and relive an experience. Quote, revival. That's what he calls it. He's used this power a couple of times throughout his life to save people when they're in danger, and usually it's kind of like video gamey where he's like, what am I supposed to fix? I figured it out, and then he changes this one thing in time. The series takes place around a big event that happens that he jumps back all the way to his childhood when one of his friends was murdered. And so you play this little game of trying to figure out who was the murderer of the cast of characters as you're introduced to them. The next one we're going to talk about is on Netflix called Violet Evergarden. It has 12 episodes plus an OVA. And that one is quite an anime. It revolves around these people called auto memory dolls. Now, that really sounds robotic, but these are people who write letters for others and then transcribe them, write them the way that the person would want to write them, but they don't have the skills necessary to write them themselves. And then they send the letter along and then usually work with this person until their job is complete. Our story centers around Violet, who's new to this job and is coming out of a war. She was a part of the war, and you get all that backstory through the anime. And she lived a very hard life and is through the series kind of learning what it is to be a human being and to have emotions and feelings. Now, Violet Evergarden has definitely one of the best storytelling I've seen in a long time. There's an episode like pretty close to the end. I think it's 10 or 11 that really, really hits home. And it is a huge tearjerker, and it really makes you feel what it is to write down your thoughts and really come together for what it is to be a human being and not just a robot in, human clothing. We got a couple more to get through. Next one we're going to talk about is Devil is a Part-Timer. Devil Part-Timer is a comedy anime that's hilarious, all about these heroes and demons from a place called Enta Isla. And what's great about that is since they're from a different world, it's kind of like a reverse on the whole isekai genre. So they're all coming from another world to Earth, basically. And their experiences there are they quickly lose their magic power and they need to adopt themselves into society by getting money, trying to investigate how they get their magic power back, and having interactions between our main character, Satan, and his right-hand man, and then our hero. And they're all living in plain old society, and Satan gets a job at a place called McRonald's. I wonder where that name comes from. A lot of the humor comes from their experiences with everyday human society and the hijinks they get into. Plus a little bit of world building as you learn a little bit more about Enta Isla and the backgrounds of the hero and Satan. My last two anime on this list are by far some of my favorites I've ever watched. Now, what the anime we've been talking about here is a lot of anime that has a full story in 14 episodes or less. Devil is a part-timer is still one that might get a season 2, but probably won't because it's been a while since it's come out. But these next two are ones that are confirmed done. They've told their story. One of them, if you would like to go read the light novels about it, still has more story to go. The other one is complete story in 10 episodes with an OVA. So, Dead Man Wonderland. This is one of those sleeper anime that because the studio went bankrupt is no longer going to have a season 2. So all you're going to get is season 1 and whatever story is in it. Dead Man Wonderland, as in the name, is about a young boy named Ganta who gets framed for a crime of killing his entire class, and that first episode's pretty brutal. And his lawyer, who's like trying to be the good guy, but not really, basically throws him under the bus, falsifies a lot of evidence to get this boy into his Dead Man Wonderland, which is a prison, a private prison, in which the criminals who are here incarcerated in this prison compete in all sorts of different little games to entertain the populace because this prison is actually in the middle of a theme park and the prisoners work here. Now you're wondering, how do you have prisoners working at a theme park and make it safe? Well, each prisoner is locked around the neck with a device that's basically injecting poison into them constantly, and the only way that they can continue living is by earning enough, I got Wonder Bucks, I don't remember what's called, to buy candy, which is the antidote for them. Now, in the first couple of episodes, you see like an entire obstacle course that's made of the worst things imaginable, and these prisoners are just running through it, trying to get the grand prize, and they're just getting slaughtered. Meanwhile, the audience is like, oh my god, what cool special effects! Oh, that blood almost looks real. Oh, that guy got chopped in half. That almost looks like it really happened. And it gets kind of brutal. Meanwhile, you've got our buddy, our pal Gante here, who's going at it with his ran into friend Shiro, and she is kind of keeping him safe, like hip checking him out of the way the entire obstacle course. And this kind of gets you introduced to the lifestyle of what's going on. Eventually, you realize that there's a whole subplot going on of these awesome blood-powered people are fighting underground this prison, and they still have the same rules. You know, if they win, they get money. If they lose, they get one of their body parts taken away from them. And that's really where the central theme of this show lies. It's only 12 episodes, but it's a really good 12 episodes with a lot of action and a lot of interesting powers. So go give Dead Man Wonderland a try. Maybe if enough people watch it, it'll maybe get picked up by a different studio and finished out with a season 2. Otherwise, you can go read the light novels and really get invested in it. The animation is prime. I think it came out in 2007 maybe, and it still holds up to today. The blood battling, the fights, the animation, it's all pretty prime. So go give this a watch. If anything, give one of these anime a watch, because we're going into my favorite anime of all of these, Recovery of an MMO Junkie. Oh, my heart broke when I watched this one. We have our main character whose name is Moriko. She is a 30-year-old successful career woman, basically just working in an office job every day, who finally quits because of how stressed she is getting in her corporate job. And it's exactly what you think. It's like that for some people, boring corporate life, office job every day, and she finally retreats being a full NEET. Every day at home, online, playing MMOs. And she gets, and I think they say this a couple times, she gets into the elite NEET life. Basically, as often as possible, not leaving her house, not really showering, not really keeping her house kept up, and just going to the neighborhood convenience store, picking up some food, and coming back and continuing to play MMO. What is the true story here is how she and our other main character meet in the MMO and have this amazing interaction. Now, what's also nice is that it's the MMO section is a little bit more personified. In reality, it's more like WoW, where you're just sitting there, mouse and keyboard, and moving your character around and typing, with some voice chat going on. But when they actually go in the MMO in the anime, they zoom in kind of like a Sword Art Online. The characters are moving around, and it really looks like they're playing some kind of full dive MMO instead of just more like a WoW, World of Warcraft style. She plays a boy in the MMO called Hayashi, and she meets a female character named Lily, and this is all about the two of them interaction and how that progresses from there. And slowly, as she gets more out of her neat life and really comes together as a person, really realizing that some social interaction outside of her computer is also really important to a healthy life. And what I love is our main boy character. He has a best friend who is the best wingman ever. And that's where I'm going to leave that, because The Recovery of an MMO Junkie is such an amazing romantic story that it really, really touches the heart. And I'm sure a lot of you who are video gamers could understand where Moriko is coming from, or Mori Mori, as she is nicknamed in the show. And really how easy it might be to retreat from, your daily life, your social obligations to people out in the real world, to just be on your computer and talking to, I wouldn't say strangers, because I know a lot of you who deal with MMOs know other people. Maybe you've never met face to face, but you know these people pretty well who are online with you. But also that recovering from just being in your room playing on your computer and getting a little bit more outside life, even if it's just by yourself, is important, just for a little bit more mental healthy living. So that's my list really quick. I'm going to talk to you about 2 upcoming series, and upcoming for me, they've already been out for a while, that I'm rewatching. I'll be watching 2 shows pretty soon. Log Horizon, I'm a couple episodes deep since the week I last talked to you all. I'll be watching Barakamon, which is about a calligraphy artist who is basically fired and told to go back out and work on his calligraphy, because while technically perfect, it is lacking something that he doesn't understand. So he goes out into the countryside, starts living there and interacting with those people. The other one is going to be Katanagatari, which is a story about the adventure to finding 12 famous swords and collecting them. Both of these series are pretty well rated. Barakamon and Katanagatari, very different ideas, but I'm looking forward to jumping into both of them. I don't have an idea yet, so just be surprised by my next vlog when it comes out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Michael's vlog number 3. Please like, share, and subscribe for more anime casuals. Our schedule is as follows: Michael's vlogs on Tuesdays, Johnny's vlogs on Thursdays, my vlogs on Saturdays, and a collaborative video on Sunday, as well as a couple things in between. Don't forget guys, keep it casual.